I want to preface this video um, with what this guy did was just absolutely heinous. I mean, I can't even imagine taking your own child's life. I just can't get inside this guy's head. But I, you can look at my channel and see all of the stuff that I'm going through and see all how um, the police department and all these law enforcement agencies um, have violated my civil rights. They violated the law. They violated federal regulation. They violated federal and local state laws. And I submitted all this to Morgan and Morgan, which is the sponsor of this video. And I assume that the person, well, I know I've submitted stuff to the um, person that, whose video this belongs to, and they don't care. And that's the purpose of this video. I'm going to show you a little something right here.
Doorman was actually suffering from a serious mental illness that would have barred prosecutors from pursuing the death penalty at trial.
Now, I want you to look at this white-haired lawyer's face when the lawyer, when the judge is talking about this case, because this dirtbag has a smile on his face, and I'm going to explain what that's all about.
That hearing on whether Doorman was suffering from a serious mental illness was canceled after a plea agreement was reached behind the scenes.
As to count one, aggravated murder in violation of 290301A, an unclassified felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Count two, aggravated murder in violation of 290301A, an unclassified felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Count three, aggravated murder in violation of...
He is happy that the client that he is representing, I'm sorry, it's early, I'm just having my first cup of coffee. Anyways, he's happy because attorneys have a obligation to the state. That's why they're called attorneys, They turn people over, okay? And I've been through this myself, so that's how I learned all this stuff. But you can see this guy. Look at that smile. I mean, he's got a look of satisfaction on his face. That you know, I mean, he's supposed to represent that guy unbiased, you know. And this guy's got mental problems, and he's letting his client throw away all of his rights, as you're going to hear right here.
290301A, an unclassified felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
This case, of course, all started on that beautiful summer day in...
I'm going to stop right there, but the point of this is to show, for one, how Morgan and Morgan, you know, refused to help me. I don't know for what reason, but, well, yeah, I do. It's because it involves police departments and local government entities, you know. And like I said, they've got an oath to the state. They have an obligation to the state, you know, to they're co-workers. When you hire an attorney, they are co-workers with the prosecution and the judge. Period. You have to learn that. When you hire an attorney, you are telling the court that you are unable to defend yourself, and you become a ward of the court at that point in time. And you know, that's just the way it is, you know. And Morgan and Morgan, they are worthless, you know. I've got I've got an unbelievable case, you know, and they did nothing. I'm a third generation honorably discharged veteran, going through all kinds of unlawful activity coming from the county commission, You know, the county administration, the Public Housing Authority, HUD VASH at the Dayton VA Medical Center, you know, the police chief, and Internal Affairs, Dayton Police Department, they all have firsthand knowledge and documentation recorded on the face of the record that prove my case, and they let me go to court. The judge in eviction court let former police detective, man, I blocked her name. I know these people so well. Becky Roberts, let her perjure herself right there on the stand, you know, and did nothing about it, you know. So if I would have had some good lawyer like Morgan and Morgan, I'm not in a position to financially fight these people. For one thing, it's supposed to be equal um, justice for all, but the bottom line is if you don't have the money to hire an attorney, you don't get equal justice in this country. And the judiciary is corrupt from the bottom to the top, from the janitor to the Supreme Court. And that's provable. Period. So, hope you like this information. It's true information, and I have nothing against these people. You know, no violence or anything like that. You know, I don't want anybody to engage in any unlawful activity against these people, because it's not going to serve any purpose. It's going to defeat the purpose. You know, unfortunately, I mean, a lot of what these people do is good. Putting this guy in prison, he has to get, you know, taking him off the streets, that's a good thing. But what the courts did to him and violating his rights and stuff, you know, that's a whole different story. And when, you know, someone like me reaches out to Morgan and Morgan and they just shut the door, you know, and the offices of OIG, of HUD, and the VA don't do anything about the criminal activity going on within their ranks, there's a war on the people going on, and the judiciary is behind every bit of it. Like and subscribe, share all this stuff everywhere. Don't be afraid to add your story to the comments, because and do your own videos and put your story out there, because you may think that you're protecting your family and all that stuff, and what you're really doing is you're endangering them, you know, for not standing up for your rights.